Good evening, everyone. Today is Wednesday, April 22nd. If you didn't already know, it was Earth Day all day today, so I hope you were able to get outside and appreciate our Earth a little. My name is Miss Kelsey, and I work at the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Fox Valley Appleton Teen Center. This evening, at the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Fox Valley Teen Talk, we have a video on art regulation brought to us by Kay Church. Kay works in the Runaway and Homeless Youth Services here at the Boys and Girls Clubs. In this video, she is going to lead us on a guided art tutorial that ties together our creativity with our ability to regulate our emotions. We hope that you enjoy everything we have planned for you today. You have fun, and we'll see you later.
Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in. My name is Kay Church. I am with the Runaway and Homeless Youth Services at the Boys and Girls Club in Fox Valley. And today we are partnering with the Appleton Public Library to do a painting with you guys. With our services, one of the things we do to work with our youth and families is to work on coping skills. Our bodies respond to conflict in one of three ways. We fight, flight, or freeze. And running away is flight. What do we do when we can't run though? Especially in a time like this where we're either quarantined or semi-quarantined. Well, we can put it into art. We can draw up our landscape paintings and escape that way. So today's painting is going to be a landscape painting. It's going to be very simple. It is a mirror landscape painting. We're going to be doing sky and water, so it's essentially going to be the same thing on both sides of this mirror. You guys can follow along with me. I encourage you to. It is not going to look exactly the same as mine, and in fact, I encourage that. You can pick different colors than what I'm using. Just use my tutorial as a general guide, and we'll go from there. Hopefully this will just take up some of that boredom, we'll have some fun, learn a new skill, but in the end, it doesn't matter what your painting looks like as long as you had a good time and maybe took your mind off of things for a while. All right, so let's get started. First of all, if you do have a cup of water like you should for this watercolor painting, and you're drinking something else, make sure you put those two cups away from each other. You don't want to end up drinking your painty, yucky watercolor water. So, for our mirror landscape, the first thing I'm going to do is split my paper in half. So I'm going to draw a little line right down the middle. Might be a little crooked. Doesn't have to be perfect. If you wanted it to be perfect, you could use a ruler, or you could try and fold your paper in half, but I'm okay with how that's looking. And the next thing I'm gonna do, my landscape, I'm gonna have my sky up here, my water down here, and I'm going to have two suns since it's a mirror. So this will be my sun in the sky. I'm going to draw a circle. And again, it's not going to be perfect. If you wanted it to be perfect, you could find something circular to trace. And then right below it, I'm going to put another circle. Try to get it around the same size. Again, this would be nice where if you were tracing something, you'd have the exact same size, but if you're eyeballing it, that's fine too. All right, so I have my middle line and my two suns. This is my sky, this is my reflection. First thing we're gonna do is start with our background color. Now you can do whatever color you want to do for this background. For myself, I think I'm going to do maybe a little pink and yellow. So to start with our background, first you want to put water on the background. No color yet, just water. So I'm going to take my big brush, get it a little bit wet, and put some water on my sky. Oop, and I'm dripping everywhere. Okay, so now that I've got water on my paper, now I'm going to take some more water, mix that in with my red. And this is where I can test my color on my paper towel. So I've got it, don't have too much red if I want some pink. And then I'm just going to put a splash of color on there. I'm going to start very light and build my colors up. So if you want something lighter, like I want pink, but I'm using red, I'm going to use more water. And if you get too much red on there, or too much of whatever color you chose, you can always dab it up with a paper towel, but just be very gentle because you don't want to tear the paper. So I'm using quite a bit of water since I want a very light pink to start. And just try to catch those drips as they fall. Alright. So that's a good base, and then since I do want this to be a mirror image and I want these to be the same colors, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the water half of my mirror painting to get it about the same color. Okay. The reason I didn't do it all at the same time is because I didn't want my wet water. It's because I didn't want my water to dry. I want this all to be able to be blendable. So I'm going to put more just water on the bottom. You do want to work fairly quickly so that, like I said, the water doesn't dry when it's time to add the paint. And you want to make sure you get right on that one. Now I'm going to add my color. So it should be very blendable. As you can see, my paper is curling up because it is all wet. You guys can be using your paper on a flat surface instead of having it stand up. I might have to tape my paper down. Alright, so now that those two sides are about the same color, I'm going to take a break and tape my paper. Alright, now we're back. In times of crisis, you roll with the punches and learn how we go. Alright, I'm going to just add some more pink to, I'm going to add some more pink, make it a little bit darker. Like I said, we want to start off light and build our colors. Watercolors are pretty easy, but they're very delicate. And we're just going to do long strokes to try and blend that as smoothly as possible. just want to make a note that when we are painting our backgrounds, you want to be trying to leave where your sun is white. It's okay if you get a little bit of paint in it, but overall we're trying to avoid that. I think I'm just about happy with this color. Going to try and blend out some of those darker lines a little bit. Okay. Now the next step, this midline that we have for our mirror image, we want that to be the darkest area because that's where all the colors are really going to converge. So I'm going to now start with a darker color. I'm going to do, I think about maybe an orange. And let's just do a nice orange line on that. All right. So I want this to be a darker orange, which means I am going to get as much on my brush with as little water as possible. Just enough water to mix it. There we go. There's my nice orange line. I think now I'm going to take a little water on my brush. I'm not really rinsing my brush off. I'm just getting it wet so that I can blend this line up. So I'm taking the very edge of that line with water and then bringing that orange up into my sky. When your brush starts to feel a little too dry to blend, you can get a little more, but again, this is delicate, so you want to be really light on the water. You don't want it to end up dripping down. And if that happens, that's okay. It can look really cool. All right. Blended it up, and now I want to blend it down. I think I need a little bit more orange in order to blend it. So I'm going to add more orange to my line. And then blend it down. There's my ribbon. Got too much water, so I'll just bring that down. That looks decent enough there. Now I want to add maybe a little bit of purple in that line. I just want to make it a little bit darker. So how about we do that? So I'm going to pick out my purple. Again, you all could be picking whatever colors you want. You just want to be aware of what colors you're mixing. This might turn a little brown. We'll see. So I want to make sure that my brush is not too wet, so that when I do put purple on there, Actually, I'm gonna get a new brush. I'm gonna use my smaller brush. And I'm not gonna put water on it. I'm just gonna get some purple on there. So if I have a lot of water on this purple, it is gonna blend in with that orange and turn brown. I don't want that. So I want a good strong purple come out. Just a little on those edges. There we go. Maybe a little here. Little peekaboo purple. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of purple. Maybe down here a little bit, a little below the orange. I'm gonna make it lighter, so I'm gonna add some water. There we go, and that's already coming off of my brush, so that's perfect. Use a little water to blend it. And I just got a UPS delivery. Alright. So this purple here is the reflection of this purple on the horizon. That is the process. So I'm doing the same over here. Just kind of bring this purple in, blend with water. Definitely too dark on the bottom, so I'm going to lighten that up with some water. Try to bring that color up. Yeah, more purple here. Okay. So if that's a reflection, then that means I need a little reflection for that purple there. Just under the orange. I'm gonna get more water to blend that in. Alright. How about we add some blue? Again, you can do whatever colors you want. I'm gonna add some blue up on the top of my sky, and then I'll add some blue on the bottom of the water for the reflection. So I'm gonna go back to my bigger brush. I'm gonna do just water, no color. I'm gonna do that all along the top. And I'm going to get my blue. And I'm just going to bring that in to the other colors. I'm going to do a little darker, so I'm going to add another layer of blue to the very top. Now I am blending my blue in, but you don't have to. You can let it run like that. That is another method. I'll do that here. So I just put some water on there in some big drops, and then I add my blue, and I let the blue do its own thing. Try to make it look more natural. There's some drips. And I'm going to use some of my paper towel. Dab up my drips. I don't want any fine lines other than that midline. There we go. So now I'm going to add blue on the bottom. Just about the same method, just going to add water down at the bottom first. And if your water cup is getting too cloudy so that the water you're putting on isn't clear anymore, you can go ahead and rinse that cup. Get new fresh water. So I'm gonna get some blue. I'm just gonna curve my blue on the bottom a little bit. Catch those colors. My reflection is catching the sky. All right. I'm going to take another break and go ahead and rinse out my own cup because it's getting a little too cloudy for my own taste. All right, now that I've got a fresh cup of water, I am going to fill in my suns. I'm going to do a nice light yellow and then maybe a yellow glow around them. I'm going to go ahead and do my smaller brush for this one. And just like I did for the background, I'm going to do just water, no color first. And I'm going to fill in that circle and make sure I don't have a pool of water, which is already happening. So if you have that pool of water, you just dab it up. Easy fix. And now I just want a nice pale yellow to start. And I can build that yellow stronger. And I am starting from the center with my yellow so that I can blend it out. You can start from the outside and blend in if you wanted. I think blending out is a little easier. Alright, so I've got a nice pale yellow for my suns. I think I'm going to do a nice ring around them. Taking my brush and I'm essentially drawing a circle around them with my yellow. This will be my nice glow. at this point for your painting, if you wanted to keep adding any colors, any clouds, anything like that, just whatever you do to the top, you want to try and add to the bottom because it's a mirror. It's a reflection. Now, if you wanted to do any clouds in this painting as a reflection, is you would just want to make sure that, like if I painted a cloud this way, going up, that the cloud here would be coming down. You don't want things to be parallel like this. You'd only want things to be parallel if it's going to be completely straight. But otherwise, you want things to mirror each other. So if it goes up, it goes down. If it goes down, it goes up. Alright, at this point as well, if you wanted to add any silhouettes, if you wanted to add a little dock on your water or some trees on the side, you can feel free to do that. You can make this painting your own. I myself, I'm going to call it done for now. I wish I could be there with you guys to help guide you to make it your own and do whatever else you wanted to do with it, but unfortunately I'm not, so I'm going to leave the rest as a blank canvas for you guys to fill in. If you are done as well, then you just need to clean off your brushes and give your cup a good rinse. Hopefully, at the very least, if you're not happy with your painting, then you could have a nice beautiful napkin to dry out. Maybe you can frame that. Alright, so thanks again for tuning in. Hopefully you had some fun, killed some time, and thanks for joining me.
Good night, everyone. I hope you enjoyed all the education activities this evening at the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Fox Valley Teen Talk. The coping skills I was able to learn from Kay's art regulation video really helped to calm me down. I might not be as good at painting landscapes as Kay is, but I had a lot of fun with it, and I hope you did too. We really enjoyed bringing these skills, activities, and education to you, and look forward to bringing you even more in the days to come. We miss you all very much. Have a great night. Stay safe and be healthy. We'll see you tomorrow. From the staff at the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Fox Valley, be well, stay safe, and be you, because you're the best at it. Good night, everyone.